Howdy, y'all. I hope everyone that finds this video is having a great day. It's a beautiful day outside right now here in Idaho. And, alright, today's video. How much does it cost to own a 2025 zx6r? That is what I'm going to be talking about today. So if you personally don't care about me whatsoever, skip ahead in the video like a minute and 30 seconds from now if you want to get straight into the beans of what it costs to own a 2025 zx6r, but I'm gonna yap here for a second. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a hot minute, guys. I'm sorry I haven't posted any story times with Devin in a hot minute. We're gonna be getting back into that. I really wanted to record one today, but I don't have enough time to talk about the stories I want to talk about right now. Well, technically I do, but I'm being a little bit lazy. I did want to record a story time with Devin when I ride later. Well, I was gonna maybe ride later, but I'm going to a rehearsal dinner for a wedding, and I was maybe gonna ride to that, and then record a story time with Devin on the way to it, but I'm not gonna ride to it anymore because we have to wear nice clothes, and I already rode to something for the wedding without my normal gear on yesterday, and I didn't like it, bro. Yesterday, I was riding in my gosh dang diggity dong cowboy boots, and I know it's so much more comfortable to ride in my actual boots that I ride with, so, yeah, that's it. Alright, now, what everyone is here for. What does it cost to own a 2025... Oh, damn, check out the guns! What does it cost to own a 2025 zx6r? So we're gonna break this down into a few different categories. Category 1 is cost of the bike. Category 2 is gonna be insurance costs. Category 3 is gonna be essentials for the bike. And then category number 4 is gonna be non-essentials, but you should still probably buy them, okay? So that's what we're going to break it down into. I'm going to try and make this video super informative because it is spring and people are going to want to be buying bad boys like this. So yeah, let's get into the main cost of the bike. Now, this is a 2025 zx6r, and this is a holy shit! I can't focus. This is a non-ABS version. So, the base price of this motorcycle right here is $11,399. Now, if you want to buy the ABS version, that version is $12,399, okay? So, let's just say, for the sake of the video, let's just say you're buying the ABS version. Holy shit, look at all these tar snakes. For the sake of this video, let's just say you're buying the ABS version. Alright, so your base price, you're starting at $12,399. And now, so I can make this video as informative as possible, I looked over the receipt for my motorcycle before making this video. So, after the base price of $12,399, then you're gonna have the dealership fees. So for storage and shipping and assembly and whatnot, for me, that was around $600. So that's another $600. And now, just take what I'm saying, all these other numbers take for granted because what dealership you go to or where you buy your motorcycle is going to probably differ, especially if you don't live in the same state as me, which probably most of you don't. I know there's some of you that watch my videos that live suspiciously close to my house, so I know there's some of you, but yeah. Alright, so the dealer storage and assembly and whatnot and dock fee, and not the dock fee, the dealer assembly and storage fee was like $600. Then there's the dealer dock fee. For me, that was like $120 on my receipt. And then there's sales tax. The sales tax for me in my state of Idaho, where I reside, was, drumroll please, was $703. $703 going once, $703 going on, $703. Dude, it's like really hard to focus. Anyway. $703 for the Idaho state sales tax. Now, that's going to be something that's different that's going to vary state to state. That's going to vary state to state. So, that's what mine was. And so the out-the-door price of this motorcycle, the non-ABS, and we're talking about ABS. Yeah, okay, so the out-the-door price of this motorcycle, non-ABS, was $13,605. $13,605. Now, if you add up all my math, that may not be the price that you get to. Some of the things I was just rounding to, but I know the exact out-the-door price of this bike for me was $13,605. Now, if you get the ABS one, it's going to be $14,605. Wow, I've been out on this road for a while. That house is super nice, and it is brand new. That's a nice house right there. That is the American dream right there. This is what we want to strive for. Wait, is that two different? Oh wait, that's two different houses. Is that? Oh, that's two houses. Still, that one is very nice right there. They're both nice, to be honest. Alright, so that's the total cost of the bike. Now, if you're buying your bike cash, it is only going to cost you $13,605. If it's the ABS one, it's going to be $14,605. Now, if you're financing the bike, here's where things change a little bit. I can't really give you that much in-depth accuracy on, but I'm going to try my best. If you're financing the bike, and you're watching this video to find out what it's going to cost you per month, we're going to get into that. We're going to discuss that, okay? If you're financing the bike, interest rates, as some of you may know, interest rates are up right now. They're elevated. Interest rates are up. Interest rates are higher. And on things like motorcycles, interest rates are genuinely higher on motorcycles, no matter the economy, because motorcycles are not considered a necessity. They're considered like a recreational thing. So interest rates are going to be higher because banks don't like to loan money to people to buy recreational toys. So interest rates are genuinely going to be higher. So, if you're financing this bike without a down payment, I would expect you to have to pay $250 to $300 per month just for the bike. If you are if you're financing it without a down payment, and then however many months you finance it for is gonna change that payment as well. Now, if you're gonna do a down payment, which, first of all, if you're financing a bike in the first place, I would definitely recommend at least putting a down payment on it. You don't want to be paying like car payment money for a bike, okay? You don't want to be paying car payment money for a bike. Like I said, you don't want to be paying car payment money for a bike. That's just, not only is it, well, you know what, I'm not going to tell you it's irresponsible or not. Do whatever the hell you want to do. But that's what it'll be. Now, if you have a down payment, your payment should be around anywhere like in between. If you have a decent down payment, your payment should probably be around like $100, $120, $150 a month. So let's just say you don't really have that big of a down payment. Let's just say your payment for this bike is like $200 per month. So we'll go with that, because that's what I would say the average payment would probably be for people who are financing motorcycles. Where do I want to start turning around at? We'll go up here a little bit more. Alright. So now that we've covered Now that we've covered the price of the bike, let's talk about insurance. Now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I pay in insurance. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I pay in insurance. But you have to take into a fact that insurance is going to vary drastically different for a whole bunch of different people, okay? Now, for this 2025 zx6r with full coverage, and then also if I get in a crash, my my motorcycle insurance is also going to pay for all my hospital bills and whatnot. That cost me $143.03 per month. That is what that cost me. $143.03 per month is what it cost me for insurance on this bike. Now, I have USAA insurance. They go through Progressive. It's gonna be, wait, what the frick? Are those some cows? Guys, there's frickin' cows out here. There's some damn cows out here. Hold up, we gotta go say hi to these cows really quick. We're gonna pause the financial talk, okay? Hello, cows. Damn, I love cows. They're some of my favorite animals. Hi, cows. Oh, look at the baby cows. They're so cute. Hi, cows. Wait, did I disturb them? No, I feel bad. I think they were low-key just crossing the road. They were probably like hiking on this trail or something. Anyway. Finances. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're talking about insurance. I told you guys the cost of my insurance. And now that's gonna be different for everyone. Holy shit, this person's whipping around that corner with their big ass trailer. The insurance costs are gonna be different for everyone. Like I said, I have pretty good insurance, and I'm lucky that it doesn't really cost me that much. For a super sport motorcycle. Now, here are the factors of my insurance. Okay, I'm 21 years old. I have no tickets, no points, no nothing on my record. I have no incidents, no crashes, nothing like that on my record either. Now, I have some friends that don't even have super sport bikes. They have like parallel twin bikes, like Ninja 500s, Ninja 650s, and their insurance is a lot. Oh wait. All right, we're gonna turn around here. Hopefully no one's coming down this hill. Don't come down this hill and kill me, please. Alright, we got turned around. Alright, like I was saying, some of my friends, I have friends where their insurance has a lot more than mine, and they don't even have super sport bikes. So the insurance is very different from what company to your driving history, all of that. So definitely make sure you get an exact quote on what your insurance is going to cost you before you go out and buy one of these bad boys. Because you want to make sure you can afford your insurance, right? That would really freaking suck if you buy a bike first and then you can't even afford to insure it. So I would say for the average person, if you're financing the bike and paying for insurance, owning this is probably going to cost you around $400 a month. Now, let's talk about how much I spend in gas for this bike. Riding it a lot, I'll probably be filling up every couple days. If I'm just riding it on an average amount, every other day, taking it out, having fun, and I'm probably going to be filling it up once a week. They do kind of have a small tank. Oh, the cows did end up crossing the road. I think my bike scared them. I'm sorry, guys. You're cute. And you'll make a nice steak someday, okay? So like I was saying, and it usually costs about like $10 to fill up every time. So let's say you spend $40 per month on gas. So that's what gas is going to cost you. Now let's talk about the essential things like maintenance for this bike, okay? Oil change. I mean, if you do freaking oil changes yourself, if you take your bike into the shop to have it serviced and get oil changes, then Let's be honest. Should you really have a bike? Kidding. Don't anyone get offended by that. If you do take it in to get it serviced, you still deserve to have a bike, and you're probably just doing your due diligence of getting it serviced, okay? That's probably all it is. You definitely don't have a tiny wiener! Alright, now, like I was saying, so, whatever, take it in to get it serviced, it's gonna cost you a lot more. If you do all the servicing and whatnot on yourself, by yourself, then that will, cost you a lot less. I'd say an oil change, okay, when I do an oil change on this, it's probably like 40 to 60 bucks. I'm really sorry, I don't remember all the money that I spend. And if you don't know how to service it and do that kind of stuff yourself, I'm sure you probably have met friends that you ride with, or when you ride, you can meet a lot of people in the motorcycle community. Dang, look at those. Oh wait, that's two different blades. I thought that was one massive scraper blade out there. But it's two different ones. If you I'm sure you can meet people in the community that would love or be happy to help you do all the different servicings on your bike, so that way you can save some money. And you don't gotta take it into a dealer and then have them charge you a whole bunch of shit for a whole bunch of shit that you don't have to do. So oil changes, let's just say around 60 bucks. Taking care of your chain, very important. You should be taking care of your chain every, like, 4 to 5 rides, maybe even less. I take care of mine pretty religiously. Cleaning it, lubing it all the time. A chain brush costs maybe like $10. Chain lube, $15. Not that expensive. So maintenance costs are gonna only be like the only essential thing. Now, non-essentials. I'm gonna talk about gear and what it costs to buy gear in the non-essential category, because you don't need gear to buy a bike and keep it running, but you definitely should wear it. And so, I'm gonna say, like, in my opinion, these are the 3 things I wear every single time I ride. Helmet, gloves, and boots. Now, you probably should be wearing, like, some frickin' abrasion-resistant and armored pants, and abrasion-resistant and armored jacket. I don't do that all the time. I probably should. I should at least probably be wearing armored pants all the time, but I don't. I need to get some. But a good helmet is gonna run you anywhere, I'd say, from like $250 to $500 to buy a good one. Make sure you get a good one. Don't cheap out on helmets. Gloves, $100 to $200 for like a good pair. And then these boots were $300. I'd say around $300 is good for a pair of boots. $200, $300. You obviously can get more expensive of all the different stuff, but I'd say make sure you're not cheaping out too much. Don't buy boots off of Temu. I see people buying white Dainties rip-off boots off of Temu. Do not buy boots on Temu. Why would you do that? So yeah, don't buy boots on Temu. Wow, this video's 20 minutes already. We'll see how much I can edit it down so you guys aren't having to listen to me yap for so long. But that is it. That is it. That is what it costs. That is what it costs for a 2025 zx6r. So yeah, I'd say for the average person on a new bike, if you're financing it and you're paying for insurance, it's probably going to cost you around $400, maybe a little bit more a month. $400 a month, you know, if you're working hard, you got a decent job, that's really not too bad, especially, you know, you gotta, in your life, you gotta kind of have a balance, you gotta see what's worth it to you. Is $400 worth it to you to be having, to like, for fun? But for some people it is, for some people it isn't. But yeah. I hope you guys liked this video, I hope you found it informative, I hope it helped you out. If you already have a bike and you're just watching it for entertainment, then I really appreciate you. Let me know what you think of everything I said in the comments. If you have any different opinions or something that I missed, please let me know. And everyone have a frickin' great day.